Hello, I'm Ice Wolfen, and I'm back with Stookie on a private server, hosted from my own laptop, just to do some creative stuff while we wait for the animal server to get up. I'm just gonna double check the cam why it's not showing for some weird reason. We have never had so many windows open at once, I think. What? Oh, there you are. Now it works. If I go like this, it's gone. What? This is so weird. If I move, this and this, maybe
There's
yeah, no,
there's
it works.
news about the server.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Probably
the
up
server is fine.
Oh,
it's a data center that's having problems.
okay.
Yeah, so we just have to sit it out.
Okay. Then we're
Yeah.
just being creative while we do it.
Yep.
I'm gonna spawn in the very first version of this ship, just to, so you can show the colors. That, I guess it's this one. Yeah.
Oi.
This is the white edition. The very first version of vanilla back in the days.
Yeah. Looks very nice though.
Thank you. See, just put on all the weapons.
Oh, yeah. That's a cool feature that you can
Hello,
hide
Captain
them.
Rob. How is the music? Is it too loud or is it okay? I don't want it to be too loud either, if people prefer to listen to their own music.
The title should be all about the ships right now.
Oh, didn't it change?
Yeah, I can't see it, no.
Has it changed or has it not?
I can try to
I did it before.
refresh.
Always something. Let's see.
Just a second.
Same info.
Yeah, it's all about the base.
Yeah, it still is. Yeah. Yeah, I just call it for creative. There we go. And then I can change it later if the server starts.
Yep.
You can't hear much of
If
the music. Should I turn up the music a little bit? Maybe. Like this. It's not supposed to be very loud at all. It's just some very quiet background music. Can try this one. Turn it up slightly.
Some of the music is very quiet and
Oh yeah.
yeah.
That's sure. Let's just try this volume and I can turn it down. So you wanna I need to get some stuff. This is the texture and color too.
Yeah, just change all the black to white just to see.
Fine. What? Oh. Isn't the paint gun available? Color tool is the name. Texture and symbols. There we go. To set it up like I'm used to. Okay. See how this works. I think it's this part. Yeah. Oops. Am I not allowed to paint on your ship, maybe?
Well, some got white, so...
What?
Yeah, look at my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah. Nothing here. It's the same error as we had last time. If I press undo,
Different
what
color.
happens then? Is it still white? Yeah. So
Yeah.
huh. Something is wrong with the color change button.
Whoop.
Oh, no, what do you did?
I just I retextured it.
But it's only on one half. That's so weird.
Yeah.
If you press undo, what happens then? We go to the end menu and undo. Yeah, but you can't undo what I did.
No.
Maybe you should just delete it and spawn in a new one. Or do I have to delete it for you?
Yeah, I'm having problems.
I can destroy it and then you can spawn in another
Yeah.
one. I forgot to add Stookie to the admin, so I have to do some stuff for myself.
It actually looks weirdly cool right now.
You can always turn on symmetry plane and manually change color. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you try to spawn it in again.
Oh, yeah. I'm moving very slow, so just
Yeah, because you have
be patient.
no guard mode.
Yeah.
Oh. Bad planning. Yeah.
Should I try again?
No, I don't think that color change thing is. I think it's broken. A place color, but
Okay.
but you can't try to turn on symmetry plane. I can show you on my screen first, and then you can do it. I can show it on this one. First you press N, and then you go to symmetry plane, and you cross off YZ, and you uncheck the XY, and then you just press in the middle of the chip with your marker.
Oh, that's it?
And then you go to escape, and you can just try it with. Yeah, you can actually use the color too. Just don't use the replace mode. If you.
It was
if you
YZ?
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't work like now. So then you have to do it over again. Press some buttons and it maybe works. No, it didn't. It's after one of the updates. XY, so okay. No. Turn off symmetry plane, turn on symmetry plane, YZ, XY. No, not working. Apply some blocks. No. Plane off.
Oops.
XY. I'm moving it. Now it works. Maybe you have to move it to the side and back again and then it works. Can you try it and see?
Yeah, symmetry plane, right?
Yes.
And YZ?
Yeah, the one left to the right. And none of the other ones.
Yeah. And then?
And then you point at the center of the ship and press the mouse button.
Oh. Ah!
And then you press escape. And then you can try to point on one side and see if that... Yeah, it happens on both sides. And you can use undo and redo and... I can see your symmetry plane. That's awesome. I didn't know that was a thing. Can I also use it? Yeah, it works for me as well. Oh, never mind, it's the wrong ship.
Oh.
I thought finally they had it. But I can't see any color changes on my screen. Oh, you are in the front. Never mind. Oh, you're painting everything white.
Yes.
Whoa. Yeah, okay.
I want the whole thing right now.
Go for it.
I want to try. I want to see how it looks. Yeah. Maybe some details, but I'm not done yet.
Yeah. Awesome. I was thinking about replacing some crew members though. With
Remember?
And where are all the solar panels? They are gone.
I don't know. I didn't take them.
Oh, this game. Yeah, solar panels are gone.
This ship, the white one, would be perfect for snow biomes or planets.
Is there no solar panels in Reforged Eden anymore? What? Oh. What? Har they already introduced the new stuff? I know that was gonna be replaced though. Yes, so did I start what scenario?
Did I just paint the platform?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh, I know the solar was supposed to be replaced with something fancy at some point. I didn't think it was released yet. What? I have to check what kind of scenario I'm running. Empyrean dedicated, so it doesn't say. Why is there no solar panels? And there's no shield. Did I start Project Eden scenario instead of Reforged Eden? It kind of looked like it. Because I can only see Project Eden stuff, not Reforged Eden stuff. Oh, yeah. Then we are missing a lot of stuff, I guess.
I have some connecting problems.
Oh, yeah, maybe my bad internet.
There we go.
Oh yeah, can I can't adjust the time. That's kind of sad. Because we're on a server, I can't keep it daylight. Then you get to see how it looks in the... You can always fly it up in orbit though, and we have more light. And white is also really good to use in space because it shows the ship so much better.
Yeah. I'm very curious about the ship as white.
Just jump in and fly it up to space if you want.
Yeah, I just have to wait for it to connect again.
Oh. And there's no news on Discord.
There's my game. My game crashed.
Oh. Welcome to Empyrean.
Thank you.
Could always start a new server though.
Yeah,
With the proper...
if we're missing items, then
yeah.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Didn't seem like it took a lot of time, so.
No.
Just make me co-guard.
Yeah, then I need to open the config and add your Steam ID.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The jetpack is fine with me.
I have to close the server, save and exit. So yeah. Oh. Yeah, I started Project Eden instead of Reforged Eden. Why? Co-op. Reforged Eden, that's better. And then, yeah. There we go. There's a new name though. I guess you will find it in France.
Yep. Let me know when it's up.
Yeah, I'm connecting.
The new Lego model we have here would be cool to have in Empyrean.
Oh yeah. I might, if I like it, I might do it.
Yeah.
Downloading files again. 191 megabytes. Whoa. It's going very fast for me though, but maybe not for you.
Yeah. You can just make things ready then.
Yeah. I'm now done downloading. Loading. Yeah, I'm in.
Yes,
So
I can see it already.
Yeah. Let me know when you have entered the password and I will turn you back on. There we go.
A little bit more files, but I think it will be fine.
And no news about the server.
Mm-hmm.
There's no news about the server, annual server.
No. They just have to wait for the data center to...
And I think also the creative server is running on the same data center, so maybe that's one.
Yeah, it actually seems like it's limited to 8 or 9 people.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, maybe that counts for both servers.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's the same thing for both the creative and the community server.
Yeah, actually it could be, yeah.
Oh, I'm having bad... I guess my stream might be buffering.
It's fine for me.
Okay. It's showing red, orange instead of just green. So.
Yeah.
Running a lot of load.
I have to go live again.
Are you ready?
I'm just down. No, not yet.
You can just be live whenever you want. I have removed you from the screens.
Okay.
check if I need to. Yeah, I need to press. Har vi litt automatically? Do I have to repress the? Oh, this is so. See. And where's this go? Where's this go? Oh, no. Says you're alive.
Yeah. Not much interesting going on at my screen though. So.
No, it's working again. No. Back to chat and yes. And Streamlabs there. Oh, finally. Have you entered the password?
Oh, I didn't have to.
I can put you back in. And if you have to write the password, let me know.
Yep.
Oh, and it's small. Oh. This. So, there we go. I think I can stop time with some commands, but I can't remember. Actually, I can stop it. Nice. Can I? No, I can't. I can't do it. I think I can with some commands, but I can't remember.
Oh, on the server, we are doing the gem cutter next.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either the gem cutter or the cargo thingy.
Yeah, of course.
Maybe the cargo thing. Oh, you can focus on the gem cutter and I can focus on the cargo thingy maybe.
Yeah. Cargo thingy would be great.
Yeah. I haven't tested it for the last, but I think it should be just very basic.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw on the Anvil Discord, there's cargo CV catalog.
Yeah.
A lot of fun stuff in there, yeah.
That might be something for you.
Yeah.
But I think also the Black Pearl should have a lot of cargo.
Yeah, it seems like a good one to start with.
Yeah, but if you find other stuff you like, go for it.
Yeah, I'm looking through some stuff and
because even if you collect up stuff for the Black Pearl and you decide to do another ship, you still have the stuff in the factory. So.
Yeah. But
then again, if you want to make some smaller stuff, you might focus on those first before you spawn in the big ship.
Yeah.
if it's something you need before big CV. Yeah. I think if we have the jam cutter, maybe a 3 cutter, but yeah, that would be nice. That's usually my go-to HVs. It's a jam cutter and a 3 cutter.
Yeah, we need a 3 cutter as well.
Still have the drill goater, but yeah, it's not the same. I can spawn them in, and now you can take a look at them, actually.
Yeah.
3 cutter, no shield, I guess. That's 3 cutter Reforged. Either one. I think you like the colors on this.
Yeah.
Gem cutter.
The drill goat really did a very good job, though.
Yeah, it has the same setup, kind of. It just can handle a lot more wood. And it has a shield, so if there are people shooting at you, you won't get hurt.
Yep.
Same on this. Oh, there's no shield here. Okay.
Can you spawn a drill goat on the side?
Yeah. So I think this one has Regatta has harvest controller. It has almost 19k of storage.
Yeah.
And Delgoat has 4,000.
Yeah.
Instead of 19.
That was the only problem with it. It had a little bit too little space. But and, I've been exploring a planet with it, so
yeah.
it has a special place in my heart. That was so much fun.
Always something special with the first. And why is the...
Yeah.
Why are oh, that's annoying.
Oh.
I need to get some color tools. Texture. And there we go. It's just red. There we go.
Oh, it's so slow.
Yeah.
Slow download.
Kind of annoying. And the gem cutter also have a bell turret underneath, so you can use it for drilling out deposits.
Aha.
And then there is the salvage mode.
Yeah.
There is the multi-turret to take down stuff. It's really... I really like it. Wow.
Yeah.
And it's so small, it fits in the POI, it's very easy. And it has a couple of turrets to defend it. So. Also, just for fun, I made a CV version of it. So, it's one of the challenges, I think.
Yeah.
I only shared it privately, but this is the CV version. It also has a multi-turret. Using space though.
That looks very good. Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
I did something similar for the Millennium Eagle as well. Whoa, which one? Maybe this one? I think this one. Oh. Some nice colors. I haven't used it. I think I just prepared it for something and I forgot about it. And then it's discovery. Yeah.
Krellus just put something at the server news. Yeah.
Nice.
It's still out of their hands, but some people can see it and some people can't. Most people can't see it. Yeah. So he says that people can try VPN to connect to it, but it may not work for everyone.
Yeah, that sounds...
I don't have a VPN, so...
No. It sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
Here is the... This is my SV fighter. My endgame SV fighter. Which is based on this one. It's just SV version.
Yeah.
But this was made before all the shield upgrades, though. But it has space for a ton of quantum extenders, and I used it with the antimatter shield. Took down a lot of device with it. There's an insane amount of cost to work on 4G planets. 3G planets is designed for plasma planets. The triple gravity.
Great.
Maybe I should just spawn in my current project while I'm waiting for you.
Sure. Why not? I'm taking my time, obviously.
Why is it red? Oh. Why is it
Yeah,
red?
the Black Pearl was red as well.
Oh, maybe because of the solar panels. I have done some changes to the garden here on the Vanguard. It used to be just a glass wall.
Yeah.
Now it's a solid wall, and this is kind of nicer. Instead of a corner, you have a more rounded, looks more. And I added the motto.
Yeah.
As well, because suddenly there was an empty wall. So I might do some more tweaking, but this is current status. The workshop version has just some boring glass wall. I really want to change the color on that door, but it still look kind of nice on this side as well. I'm not sure what to do. Maybe that's better. Yeah, let's go for that. And I need some LCD thingies. That's so boring to do.
I have to learn the LCD panels.
Yeah, that's really fun.
It seems so much fun.
Did you look at the last update from J. Randall when he did explain the alpha?
No.
Setting?
Oh.
I knew there was alpha setting from school, but I forgot you could use it then.
Yeah.
In this game. So the hex color, if you add 2 digits, you can adjust the capacity of the LCD, which is really nice. I have to find out why missing block ID. What? EMK2. Why is it red? ATM. Oh yeah, I have ATM. That's not allowed in regular game. It's allowed in Anvil City, but not.
Okay.
Not here. So I am allowed to spawn it on the Anvil server, but no other server. So now it should be fine.
Should we take out the crew from Black Pearl?
That makes it way easier to get in though, and then you can add crew as you go.
Yeah.
Are you on this? No, you are not in yet.
No. Just a little bit more.
What I usually do, most of the crew members can be replaced by regular furniture.
Okay.
So like if there's an alien sitting in the sofa, you can replace it with a sofa without an alien. So, I have a ton of alien in this one. 11 alien and 9 human.
Yeah, we haven't really found that much yet, so would suck if we found all materials except the crew.
Yeah, and you can always jump into creative then and do it. But
yeah,
I really don't want to remove the crew on this one because I forget where they are. So
yeah, we can save the crew for your ship.
That would be epic, and then you can put them in as you find them.
Yes.
I was also experimenting with painting this orange to cyan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I liked it or not.
I think I saw that actually.
Yeah, I have it on my creative. Didn't save it.
Yeah. Orange and white looks so good together.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's just when I've used the ship for a time, I want to change the colors.
Yeah.
Like this one here, it started off as red, and then it went cyan, and now it's
yeah.
golden, kind of. I think this is my all-time favorite ship.
Ah.
Used it for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I think you recognize the inside. Oh, that's boring. Yeah, they reset the colors on equipment.
Yeah. Nice pink.
I hate it. Oh, and that's make it black. There we go. Defaulted to the default palette. Oh, I forgot about that. Usually I have a crop farming area.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, the inside looks familiar.
Yeah. And this is the blue.
Ah, I'm connecting.
Nice. That looks better. Oh, maybe a bit much. There we go. Ah. Ah. Yeah, I was working on this one. On something weird on the glasses. Because at the time this was built, it was not allowed texture. That was the texture bug on the heavy windows. So maybe let's sort it out now. No. Oh, it is. What is it? Yeah, kind of is. On some of them. Yeah. It is. Nice. I'm just able to hit.
I'm slowly approaching the platform.
Nice. Way better.
Is my stream frozen from Discord?
Yes. I hope there's only a delay though.
It can't be that much delay. Yeah, I think it's frozen. Yeah.
Let me check. Yeah. It's showing here, but
Ah, there it is.
much weird stuff going on today. Oh yeah. I know you have spawned it in.
Yep.
I can go ahead and remove. And there you have the solar panels back on. Yeah, looks nice. If you want to paint, I can go ahead and remove the windows and stuff.
Yeah.
So use that color. Yeah. And this one. Oh, hello. Thank you, Idiojo. I'm trying with some music though, so let me know if it's too high. It's supposed to be very low background music. I hope it works out. Anvil server is down, so we are just doing some other stuff while we wait. It's not the servers, it's the data center that has problem. Thank you. So while we're waiting, we are preparing a ship in co-op for Stookie. Remember here, there we have one. We're gonna make it cheaper to spawn in. Let's this. Yeah. Are you started painting?
Yep.
Nice.
Why can't wait?
What?
Why can't I hold in the mouse so it's like painting everywhere?
You can't?
No, right
What?
now it's just. Can I try a different? Oops.
You can try a different color tool and see.
Yeah.
Something is weird. Maybe the replace color will work now, but yeah.
Ah, yeah.
You can try if you save it and then you try to use it. And if it doesn't work, we can spawn it in again. That's just Alt O and then you can select it and over white.
What was it again?
Alt O.
Alt. Well, there it is.
And you just select it and press over white.
Yep.
So now you can try the replace all command and see what happens. Did it? Yeah, it worked. But now I guess a lot of stuff inside is also changed. So go take a look.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm. But I want to just take a little. Yeah, just.
yeah,
see how
Joe,
it
that's Stookie. Is playing with me on the Anvil server, and she wanna bring in her own ship, kind of. So taking one of my old builds and making it her own, different colors and stuff. You can see if you can actually just paint everything, and then you can go inside and change if you don't like it. But it might be cool with some white inside as well.
Yeah, I can't paint more because
Oh.
I get an error message.
Oh crap. Hello, Flake Inhalator. Yeah, we are just preparing a ship for Stookie to bring on the server. While we wait for the Anvil server to get back up, so we are in a private co-op on Creative. So now you have error message. Okay.
Yep.
But you can still paint in.
Oi. Yeah, it seems like it.
Yeah.
That was too much white inside.
Okay. You can you can use the undo button maybe and.
Yeah, I think I'll do that.
And go back to manual. Yeah.
Yep, I think so.
Yeah, the error message is when it has happened recently for me too. When you used to replace all thing on the color tool, suddenly they crashes. I'm not sure what's going on.
Should be fine.
It's just a regular quit and continue message you get when if you use to replace all on the color tool. You can also fly it up in space if you want, and we can continue there. And you have more light.
It should be fine, really.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
The server has the data center has a lot of problems at the moment, so it's hard to get into the Anvil server. Some people get in, some don't. So we are just waiting for the data center to fix the issues. Yeah, just let me know if you want to fly it into space. I will find a seat. Well. Oh. Can you uncheck a box? Oh, let's see. Open on exceptions. It's the only one I see. Did I paint? I didn't. Those I can just remove. I hope it's still below CPU though after doing this. I always find some adjustment for that. Let's see. There we go. The numbers left. I hope I got most of them. Oh no, there's one up back there. Yeah. Radiated woman in the engine rooms.
Can't I paint you?
Two humans and one alien. No one here. Someone down here. Oh. Ah, maybe here. There we go. And then there's one alien left. Somewhere. Hello, Sticks Annihilator. Good evening. Yeah, we are struggling to get on the annual server though because of data center issues, so we are doing a creative instead. Preparing a ship for the server. I'm looking for a last alien crew to remove. To make it easier to spawn in. Maybe in the sick bay. Oh, there he is. Hiding. Found him. Nice. Stix Annihilator is also fellow Norwegian. He set the record on Spanch, the old abandoned factory. Less than a minute.
Wow.
Impressive. I learned a lot from him when I took it myself on the annual server. Actually, I think he was in the chat while I did it on stream on the annual server. I had some benefits. And let's check the CPU. Oh, it's our CPU. But that's have to be. It can't only be. Yeah, it can. It's not only due to the crew members. So. Let's see what we can remove. Can remove some turrets though.
Yeah.
And then you can add them on if you get.
Yep.
Then there's a lot of rocket turrets, and that's probably laser. Yeah. I can swap the lasers for minigun. så start. Hmm. I hope it's mostly drones you are engaging anyway, so.
Well, I'm not gonna pick a fight with some big ones at the start, so I guess.
And you can upgrade the weapons as you go.
Yeah.
Some kind of models as well. So there will be some marks where the turrets has been, but you can always paint it if you want.
Yeah.
And CPU is just below 2 million. Maybe I can add those back. Nice to have a steep player. Oh. Nice. Yeah. Plus, I just replaced some of the laser with the minigun and you're good to go.
Ah, great.
You can even add more if you want. And you can paint the turrets whatever color you want.
Yeah.
Then
there's a lot of stuff I'm gonna paint gray instead, but I'll just try take a look later.
It looks kind of cool with the green inside. Looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Surviving the Abyss. Have you heard about that, Stookie?
No.
Oh. Sounds fun. On the ocean floor.
Base building in the ocean floor. Sounds very fun though.
Oh.
Base building games are always fun.
Oh yeah, there's only one constructor of the large ones. I can remove some weapons and add constructors if you rather want that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Take those. And oops. See, advanced. Small. CPU that I take 20,000. I'm gonna try add 2 of them. That's maybe pack them as well. Oh yeah. I like this. Still below. I think I can add 2 of those. There we go. Now you have 4 small and 4 large constructors.
Good.
How do I have to? Oh, I can. There's also a deconstructor. That's very nice.
Yeah.
I love the new look on so they're not only in the Reforged, they're also in the... They're not only on the Anvil scenario, it's in the Reforged as well. It's awesome. Painted red. So, yeah. And you can always change it.
Yeah, it looks Looks good.
Anything else you think you need?
Oh, I have no idea right now.
That's why we're starting with this ship to find out what you need.
Yeah.
And there's a teleporter. Yeah, you have most. You have stuff you need. You can always add a ATM later. But you have to do
Yeah.
that in game, I think.
Okay.
Nah, you can actually add it now. But then you can, it shows in red otherwise, so maybe just better to add it. Then the thing is with the power though, if you need more solar panels to even, you don't have to, yeah, and a long range radar, I think there maybe is. Yeah, there is a long range radar. And 6 drills. Yeah, Garaman, it's a Stookie Pearl, kind of. Since the server is down, we are just doing some local co-op. Creative.
Just wanted to see how she would look all white.
Yeah.
Well, not exactly all white, but
I'm just gonna
most
spawn
white.
the original again as a reference. This is the very first version of the Black Pearl. It was kind of white back then. The very first vanilla version.
So nice, yeah.
Whoa. See, how did I have? Planet weapons, space weapons. It changes. I wonder if there still is. Oh no, there used to be a multi-turret in the front actually, which can be added back. Needed. Take down dismantle bases and stuff. I was gonna check the solar if it's able to retain power on itself. Sad thing is all the CPU extenders uses insane amount of power. Oh, no chance.
Oops.
Many solar panels. There's 10 and you're allowed to have 48. So, but where to put them? Without ruining the design, that's the hard question. I look so forward to the new solar generator thingies. There are some weird colors going on in the engine room now, but yeah, you can. And you don't have guard mode, so it makes it really hard to paint. Oh. I can change the config and add you, but then I have to restart, so. But I guess you will do a final walkthrough before. And you can also just, when we are done, you can save it and spawn it in your own creative and continue that.
Yeah.
In guard mode.
Yeah. I will do that, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's a question mark on the recommended total weights because it's not tested in Reforged yet. Any news on the server yet?
No.
I can also spawn the Galaxy Opal next to it so you can see the sizes. guess this is the latest one. If you like the design and want to upgrade later on, you can go for this one. It's a routing issue, okay. I heard some people might be able to connect through a VPN, but I understand it was in the data center itself. It's problems. This was my favorite chip at one point. Used it a lot in endgame. The first or second or third season maybe.
Yeah.
It's a ramp bridge. Tiny hangar. Holy. Oh, I hate the colors. You can't customize the colors anymore on the custom items. There we go. Oh yeah, good times. It's kind of nice to walk through old ships. From back in the day. Wonder if I'm ever gonna use it again. Right now I'm not focusing on space combat, it's mostly on ground, so... Nice thing about this one, it was very capable of high G planets. So. It's an insane amount of thrust to accomplish the antimatter warfare. Oh yeah. Sometimes. Oh, there's the blasters. It's even a secure cockpit down here with all the extenders and stuff. Kind of miss it. Good times. Whoa, you are painting fast. Looks really cool though.
Yeah, I really like it. Just get some weathering and I don't know.
You can use
some gray in there.
Yeah, you can add rust as well if you want to make it look more used.
Yeah, I really like that.
You can also swap some of the blocks with damaged blocks, but they have so low HP that you...
Ah, yeah. I don't want to spawn in a damaged one.
Like this one. I forget the name. What did they call the latest? It was Centurion, I think.
Did you spawn it in?
Yeah, almost. I'm gonna set it here. The carrier.
Ah, there we go. Oh, yeah. Wow. Yeah.
There are some damaged blocks and stuff. And that's more white, yeah.
It perfect fit with the white pearl.
Yeah. And actually, it's built to... The landing pad is built to be able to dock the black pearl on top.
Aha.
But if you rather want to use this one instead of the black pearl, you are welcome. And then you can get the black pearl later on and park it on top.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Because
It
here you have
looks-
a base and you can, yeah, it has one of it has the largest hangar door of them all, and you can fit yeah, most of
It
the
looks
HV
great.
hangars.
I want this.
Yeah. I don't think it's so much more expensive, actually. It's not bad.
Really like the look of it. Yeah. Like damaged, used.
Yeah, if you want. And it has way more cargo.
Ah, perfect.
So if you want this one instead, it's no problem.
Instead, I want both.
Yeah, if you want this first.
Yeah.
And upstairs there is a VIP lounge. I sit down and watch Star Wars. Oh yeah, if you want this first and use it as a base, mobile base, and then spawn in another ship.
Yeah.
It's up to you. I think this has twice the amount of cargo capacity.
Yeah. Wow.
So that's an option.
Yeah.
It looks like kind of like a smaller version of the Scar Megalodon.
Yeah.
Except
It looks
the
very.
Randall is way better than me protection. I can't compare it like that.
Yeah, but it
Similar
looks
stuff.
great. Yeah, I love it.
And this is actually the Black Pearl that I cut in half, widened and I think. No,
Yeah.
it's not actually. But the bridge is taken from the Black Pearl. Pasted on
Yeah,
her. And, yeah.
Can see the similarities. Yeah.
And if you would like it
That's the
more,
one I think I saw you built one of them. I
yeah,
think
the
it's
first one
this
on
one
YouTube
actually.
maybe.
Yeah.
The first one, the Black Opal. And then there is the Tanzanite. Is it this one? Is that? Yeah, it should be this one. This is slightly. It's not as wide, but it's more
Yeah.
luxurious version though. Built fully in Exino. So it's more streamlined than how it's supposed to be looking. Not damaged and beaten up. And the flight deck is not as wide. Yeah. Oh, there's so much going on. Let's see. Other stuff do I have? Black Diamond? Can't even remember. I think it's an early version of something. Oh, the Eliminator. I really wanna finish this at some point.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, I really wanna finish it off at some point.
Yeah, you
Special
have
made
to.
Legacy Killer.
Looks great.
Yeah, at some point I have to finish it.
Yep.
Maybe later in the season. Need a ton of CPU. Yeah, I guess I've gotten so far I have to finish it. But it's a lot of interior. insane amount of interior. Oh, this, yeah, I just holodeck, big empty space.
You just put me on like scavenging or collecting resources, and then you just go and finish the building.
Sounds like a good plan. This is expensive. It's not that bad actually. It's not so much more expensive than the Vanguard Explorer actually. It's more the harder. I think there's two fusion reactors. Yeah. Now there is one fusion reactor stock, and then you can place one more. That's how it's intended. I really want to make a lot of interior nice, but then it gets heavy and I need more thrust and more CPU, and so hard. And then
Can I change color on the letters?
Yeah, no, not without using then you need to use LCD instead. Yeah, because they are white. That's kind of annoying. You can have a gray background there.
Yeah, I think I'll actually do a gray background. Yeah, it should be fine.
And you can also change your name to whatever you want.
I'm working on it.
White Pearl.
Yeah.
So, cool. And I can change the name on... I can take away the IW as well. I can type ST. Like this. Now the name is changed on the HUD. And next time you're gonna save it, you can press Save As, and it will suggest White Pearl.
Looks weird with a W, but okay.
Nah,
I just have to...
Not that bad. Maybe I can fix it, maybe not. No, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have symmetry on, you need... It's backwards.
Yeah, I thought so.
But the letters are in the same spot though, so you just start writing from the other end.
Is it pearl white?
It's black.
I'll fix that after. I still need symmetry stuff.
And Jägerman, if you're paying attention, what do you think about the music? The volume of the music and the Stookie cam? Is it okay? I don't want the music to be too loud. Nice, thank you so much. I stole the idea of the J-cam though. I think it adds a bit more to the stream, especially when doing POIs and stuff.
Yeah. But then people will see why I don't die.
Yeah, because you use me as a shield.
Oops.
Yeah, thank you. Starting to look really good, the White Pearl.
Yeah.
And the grey you made there is really cool.
Yeah. I think, yeah, some panels and details gray.
Yeah. And if you want to see the colors in space, feel free to take off whenever you want.
Yep.
And also the symmetry plane, some of the blocks are colored like you see in the front there. It's just how symmetry works. So you have to manually do them after.
Yeah, I already manually fixed some. Yeah. If I
And you can also
this.
color the thrusters white around the edge if you aim for the.
Yeah, I had some trouble with it.
It's not always working in symmetry.
Yeah. I'll have to go over everything after.
It looks so awesome with the green thruster flare.
Yeah.
I love that addition to the game.
Yeah.
And there's a new symbol in the game for Stookie.
Yeah, the gray really did it. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's not much that's needed, but it helps a lot.
Yeah.
And you can also use it other places and make it your own. I'm just debating where to put solar panels to get self-sustained. Because that's really tricky. Like now you need to have it running if you want to use the garden or the fridge. So that's
yeah.
There's one solution though, which I actually used on that vessel at some point. Yeah, if I still have it. Container something. Power saver is the name actually. I guess it's this one, the smallest one. It's like it's a GoPlot module. I'm able to find where cockpit is there. And it can be docked inside. Yeah, I need to manually open the doors. Let's see.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
It's a CV that can be docked. Then you have a fridge, a food processor, and a garden. And I think if I add solar panels to it, it will be self-sufficient. But then you can turn off the big CV and this one can be running for days. It's almost no power. So that's an option.
Yeah.
It also fits in the Tanzan or the big one. But the big one has all the solar panels, so I think it's self-sufficient.
Yeah.
Tight fit, but it works. Always options. I need to make a new one of those with the solar panels instead. I have to remember the time as well. In an hour or so,
Yeah.
I need to. If we can even use the admin tool when the server's down, that's another thing. I just need to check the Discord for a second. No, nothing news. see. Where is my... There we go. I never had so many windows open at once. I think there's double layer of solar panels. Yeah. Those are probably the large ones. I have no idea where to put them without ruining the design. Let's see if I turn off all the constructors. 1.5 kilowatt. Oh, that's probably just for the CPU core. So annoying. It's not that much though. It's using so much power. About the generators, just for fun. It's not using anything. Can be powered on for 92 hours though, as it is. So if you have a lot of fuel and you're not away for longer than 92 hours, that still works. But, yeah, kind of a waste of fuel.
Yeah.
Need to find you an RTG, then you can run it free. They're so hard to find. I only found one last season. And a lot of people didn't find any of them. So. You can also use hamster cars for negative power, but I'm not sure. This should be the same as aux cores. I thought this is at 500 watt, so you need 3 of those to go in. Yeah, if you have 4 hamster cores.
Yeah.
Then you will do very good. If you have 3, you will go to 0. So if you're able to make 3 hamster cores, then it might work. But then you need a 4th hamster core just to get the CPU to use the overtraction. Oh. Yeah. I can try. Just put on 3 and see what happens. Oops. Yeah, it actually works. You have an 0.1 kilowatt. If you have 4 of them, you have negative 400 watt. So that's an option though. 4 hamster cores or 4 auxiliary cores, and then you're good to go. Or you can just use the Tanzanite and have your Go Plus there. And dock there and turn off the black pearl, or white pearl, I mean. I mean Centurion. Yeah. Getting lost in the naming.
Yeah.
ships have I used? Dragonite. What? The ship I can't remember. That's a starter, I think. Yeah. How does that look compared to the other ones? This is the starter version of the Black Pearl. The tiny version that you can get in early game. Yeah, I think it's the Reforged version of the starter that I never finished.
There's so many here now. Which one is it?
It's the next to the oldest Black Pearl. You might see it on my screen.
Yeah, I can see it now.
It's a tiny starter version of the same ship.
Yeah.
Why didn't I use that one? That would be perfect for us too, instead of the Millennium Hog.
Yeah?
Yeah, doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the colors.
Nice. Yeah. Reforged starter was it, but I never finished it. I don't think it's on the workshop. Yeah. Millennium Star, that's the name of the big one. No, that's not. Name something else. Savelia's Pearl, that's the name. Was it this one? Might be. Or was it the Max? Yeah, there we go, I think. This is my largest project that I never finished.
Oi, oi, oi.
There's a swimming pool with 4 diving boards in different heights. So insane amount of everything.
You broke a tree.
Oh. Oh, so many hours put into this ship, and it's never been on the workshop.
Why didn't you finish it?
Because every time after I did 2 or 3 weeks of testing, the game changed, then I have to do some. And then I used 2 or 3 more weeks on testing, and the game changed, and it happens 2 or 3 times, and I get. Yeah. But keep in mind, Garaman, she's not in God mode because I screwed up when I started. Cool.
Yeah, you the one I'm having trouble with. Yeah. I can't get close. Oi.
You can continue and yeah. Now there is block limits on the server, so you can't use that many turrets anyway. It's actually it might be converted to a carrier again though. Or just some production base, mobile base, that would work out.
Is there a way to copy blocks?
Yeah.
Like if I want green.
Oh yeah, it's something I never tried, but Garmin told me. I think if you hold down Control and right mouse button, and you use the texture color tool, it will copy the one you are looking at. I think.
Karaman,
I never tried it myself.
can you help?
I will check now. See if I control like this. Yeah, it works. You just control right click and then point at the texture or color you want. And then you get it on your color tool.
Yes.
That's epic. I always it's a new addition to the game and I always forget about it.
Perfect.
It helps so much.
Yeah.
You didn't have tools like that when I was young. I really miss this ship as well. Fun building it. And there's only one elevator in the entire ship. This the swimming pool area. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Movie this evening closed it. Oh. No, it's another. Yeah. I had the cinema, but I had to close it up when I rebuilt it. Damn, no. There we go. Yeah, that was the swimming pool. 3 diving boards though. Because Fred Hopper had 1 and I had to have 3. And then there is a bathtub, hot tub, or what it's called. I think there's also a wine cellar. Yeah. Secret garden. It's supposed to be a wine cellar kind of thing. Connected to the kitchen. So much stuff going on. We had some wide laptop, a low pod, keyboard. Then I had to make a new garden because the old one went to be a swimming pool. Why that's there, I have no idea. I also think there's a really big engine room here. And there is the motto, to kill legacy is all legacy. That's due to Fred Hopper, I think. Here was the engine room, all the controls. That was before the fusion reactor was added to the game now, so this needs to be rebuilt. And to get it below size class, I had to remove protection and re-add it later on. And the reason for all that is, yeah.
Why? Why does it pixel like that? Can you see it on the screen?
Problem.
When I'm far away, it's it looks like it's 2 different color white.
Oh. Due to the sun and shadows, maybe. If you take it in space, it will be easier to see.
Hello, Puddingen.
Hello, Puddingen. Good evening. There is also something I made. With Admiral Lounge, kind of. A relax mode. Private swimming pool and sauna. If Lemus is watching, there's a sauna here. Yeah, this was made for version 1. It was last updated to 1.4. It was first built for the full release version 1.0. Hyperion Let's Play. That was... Yeah, that was before the Anvil server started, actually. Then Randall and XCal did Reforged Co-op. Oh, this is old ship. And a VIP landing pad on the back. Ooh. I'm not sure what the future of this ship will be. So much. And there's even a docking pod in the front because it's too heavy to fly in orbit. So then Orion tug, I think. Special made for I had to make a tugboat to attach to it to be able to fly it in orbit. This is based on the very first CV I ever made. Which again is based on a Norwegian offshore supply vessel. Fun times. Asterix. Ah, that's the one I always forgot about. I never realized it. That might be something for you, Stookie.
Yeah?
It's a miner. See. It's a very compact CV miner. It's the space version of the drill goat. It's not in close cockpit though, but I was supposed to release it at one time. It's very compact. I think it even fit in white pearl maybe. Let's try. Ooh. Maybe. Yeah, it fits.
Wow.
But on this ship you already have miners, so it's more intended for larger ships where you don't have a...
Yeah.
And you can just dock it to the backside. It's actually... It's meant to go on this one. There's a docking spot. It's supposed to dock around this area. Oops, wrong button. It's supposed to be like this, something like this.
Yeah?
Kind of. So you can bring a miner with you. I think it's something like that. It's supposed to go. I'm going down memory lane in my workshop, in my blueprint folder. Flying base. Is that the one I think? Yeah. This is a CV. It can fly.
Oh, wow.
So you have a base in space and you can just warp to another place and you have the base with you. Kind of insane project, but it works. based on the Orion Alpha, I think. Which is a base. Yeah, this is the finished version of the base. I used a ton of times if I choose to live in space. Its original design is NMK 111, and I think it's the oldest item he has on the workshop. I made it back in the day when I was playing on a server with no blueprints allowed, and I went creative, teared it down and built it up again on the server. And moved from there. The main design is based on NMK 111. Master Builder and Legend in Empyrean. So this is my go-to space orbital base though. Docking pads on either side for Tanzanite and Black Pearl and Millennium Eagle.
Ah, yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, the ships can dock on it, yeah?
They will not connect, but they look nice when they are parked.
Okay, yeah. That's most important.
This is a mining, specialized mining CV. Built for a challenge back in the days.
Rockbuster.
Yeah. So it has a lot of defense for drones, so you can safely mine.
Yeah.
I haven't used it for ages, though. Not sure if it even works anymore. It was fun to use back in the day. And then, yeah, there was a block limit of 6 drills at the time. Now I think it's 8 in Reforged and 10 on the end or so. Oi. Whoa. Nemesis are cut. Yeah, that. That's the one that the band carrier is based on. UI. I never found myself.
Yeah.
Looks kind of cool from the front, but yeah. This was made back when it was allowed to dock CV to CV. Really boring color. So yeah, you have to make all of them white. That's your mission.
Yeah. I don't have time for coloring all the day.
Oh, I need to delete something at some point.
I have to report in sick tomorrow.
I've done too much painting.
Yeah.
Oh, this one is made by Fred Hopped. Just have to show it to you because I think you like it. It's this moving. I think it was Fred Hopped's base, but one point.
Where is it?
Oh yeah, it's far away from you, maybe.
Ah, oh, that's awesome.
It's Fred Hoppets.
That is so cool.
Yeah. I think he used to live in it at one season. It's a really nice building. A lot of nice stuff inside.
I love it.
I think he's the one who made it. No, it's made by Hackendiver. Never mind. It's made by Hackendiver. Or Fred Hoppet. The name is Fred Hoppet's trailer, but Hackendiver is the creator. Sorry. Hackendiver is another master builder.
Yeah.
A lot of really nice stuff.
Wow, that's yeah.
So it's made by Hackendiver for Fred Hoppet.
Yep.
Receiving gold plots and everything you need. You rather want this one now?
I want it in real life.
Yeah. That would be epic. It's a really, really nice build.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Back to work. Oh, so much nice stuff.
Ui, son.
Scimitar. That's one of the Wasteland series ship. I spawn it in front of you. Don't crash into it.
Yeah, I saw that on the.
Yeah, you told me you liked the Westlander look. So that was one of the ships.
Uh-oh.
This is one of the decent ones. Mid-game, I mean. That's a lot of nice stuff. It's more like a fighter, I think. It also makes a lot of nice stuff. I'm not sure if it's up to date though. I think the heavy windows had higher hit points when this was made.
Really like the style of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an awesome builder. And the colors are epic.
Yeah.
I was supposed to do some work on God. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm supposed to paint.
Yeah, sorry. I was thinking about making a dedicated spot for RTG, but then I will never find any, so yeah. At least I have done some LCD work my way. Can I change the textures? I think that might be... Yeah.
Such a great job.
There we go.
The details. It's amazing.
Oops. That's container extension. I'm also really debating if I should upgrade to 640k.
Your flying base is lying. It's not flying.
It's not flying? It's
lying. Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's have enough thrust on planet to be flying, actually. Because my issue is usually I'm running out of spots. Lots, I mean. And the harvest controller can't be more than 320 anyway. So. Really, I need. It looks so flat and boring. Anything nice? Let's see. Oops. Just to break it up a bit.
Oh.
Ah,
Whoops.
what happened?
I need to turn off the...
Symmetry plane?
I did a noob thing.
Yeah, we have all been there. Luckily for the under button and
Yep. Perfect.
symmetry
I
plane,
need to finish the...
Yes, it works. Like that maybe. Ah. Thanks. Ah. Maybe. This also looks so boring. Hardened steel. Oh, it's part of the hull, so I can't do anything about it. And there's a lot of asymmetry here, so I really don't want to use it too much. I should do a lot of LCD, but nah. It's kind of boring. I also did some changes up here. Now you're able to... If you want, you can place 3 fusion reactors. Not there.
Yeah.
You can have one in the center. I made some more space here, so you can have 1 fusion reactor on each side, in addition to the one in the center. Field shield is important on this one because it's not intended to go into fight.
Ah, yeah.
Ever. Might be doable though, but it's very reliant on the shield. It's more like exploration vessel. It's special built for my particular playstyle. The Eliminator will be the more badass version.
Yeah, I'll start with some exploration and...
Yeah. And then if we go into space fighting, we can build Eliminator together and go for it.
Yeah.
Looks so boring that I have to remove all the posters. Be able to spawn again. It is kind of fun to add posters as I find them as well. It looks kind of boring, but I know. Should I add more to this? Discovery of Stookie.
Yeah.
from Stookie on a range temperate planet in season 5 or season 4.
Is it the panel and on the inside you're working on?
Yeah, I think it's fine though.
Yeah.
Oh, and I can add if something happens in season 5, I can add it. I have a similar thing in the Eliminator where you can add symbols for each ship you take down, and then I think that's a nice addition. I feel this area is so weird looking. Oh, works. I'm most proud of the planetary exploration section. I think this is my favorite area of the ship. Really happy with the layout. It's a nice view of the planet when you're doing planetary scans and stuff. And I was finally able to fix the garden area. I hated the windows I had in the beginning. This is so much cleaner. Looks more enclosed, but you still have the skylight. Yeah. Oh, this is dark. Really dark. Yeah, because there's no lights. Ooh. Now I can test out the new thing. Oh, it doesn't work on that one. Oh. That's the same color, but why is it so dark on that side? Can't be it. Just old school way. It's the same color. What? Huh. So weird. Doesn't look like the same color. I think I have to take a trip up to space and take a look at it there.
I think it's symmetrically painted now.
Nice. Just
so.
save it. And you can try the save as button if you haven't changed the name. And yeah, you need to change the name on the other side.
Yeah.
You just start with a W where the black sign is. Should work.
Oops. Why? Oh, okay. I almost painted the ship pink. Still some stuff needed here. It's kind of annoying, but okay.
What? I need to re-enter the god mode when I get the space. I know it's opposite. The lighting is so well, but it's at least it's. I think it's bright enough. I want that one. Yeah. How that works. Oh man. Might work. I can't paint that one because then this gets screwed up. Actually, maybe I can. Maybe that's actually gonna be better. Yeah. Maybe. Then I have to do all this. Ooh. Maybe not. Yeah, I take it back. There we go. Yeah. I'm not entirely happy with that decision. This place for a deconstructor. Yeah, let's see how many hamster cars I need to be able to spawn it in. Can I remove? Might be able to remove one constructor, but that's not fun. Should I aim for 2 hamster cars? What's going on?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing at all.
Oh, I can't go one check in space. I think I know what happened.
Nothing. Now it says black. No. Oh my god, it's white. Really? Now I'm starting to get tired.
Let's see.
There we go, and take away black.
That work? No, no. Actually, what? It's weird. Oh.
Right.
White pearl. Yeah. I think I want to do something. I'm just debating if I should extend one of the cargo extensions to more. Oh, you can't spell?
No, I can't spell.
Okay.
I can now. How does it look?
It's awesome. I'm gonna go take a trip down to the planet. Check it out.
I'd like to fly it up though, but
Oh, you can fly it up.
Yeah.
Oh. You can see it in space. Just gonna save this one. EMKT.
Did I save it first, or?
Yeah, always a good idea to save it.
And that was Alt O.
Yes. And then you can press save as, and it will suggest white pearl it.
It doesn't work. Oh, there it is.
So if you press save as.
Yeah. And yeah.
ST white pearl, I think I called it.
Yes.
And then next time you can just overwrite ST.
Yep. I have to learn where to go in the ship.
Yeah.
Oops.
I think if you take the elevator to the top.
What is? Yeah.
And you can relabel all the stuff if you want. There's one elevator on each side of the boarding room.
Mm.
Yeah, there should be one elevator on each side of the boarding room. There's an arrow pointing to them.
Ah. All the way, no.
All the way. And then I think there's a lever somewhere that says thrusters. Or mine thrust or something.
Yeah, I think you showed it to me once.
Should be close to the cockpit seat.
Sentry guns. Main thrust.
Then you should be able to fly. Then again, if you press Alt, then you can use the scroll wheel to adjust distance and press Alt again.
Yeah, I've already done that many times. So.
Oh yeah, sorry. Now it's gonna be exciting if we can find each other in space.
Yeah.
I'm really debating if I should change the thruster colors on this one. I'm not sure what color.
Where are you? Here in
I'm
space.
Yeah. Or maybe if you are not in the same faction, it's harder to see.
Yeah.
I have a long-range radar. I can see. You too as well.
The door is open. How do I close it?
Oh, I used the override button next to the door. When I was taking in the cargo module.
Ah. It's not good for the aerodynamics.
I find you. I come for you.
I can't see you.
Have you used the radar?
Oh. There you are.
Yeah, I'm heading towards you. And if you press the O button, you will level out.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so tiny now. Whoa. Oh, it looks really nice in space.
Yeah. I thought so too. It looks great.
I can show you the button on my screen.
Yeah.
It's the hangar door override. Then it disables the motion sensor.
Yeah.
And now it goes back to automatic.
Okay. Thank you.
I can paint some of the stuff you missed. If it's supposed to be white.
Do you see more?
And beneath.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Did I paint? There we go. I also paint. No. What? Oh yeah, there are 4 blocks because they are big.
Yeah, those are the one I had trouble with.
Yeah. It's hard to do without God mode.
Yeah.
I'm painting the thing is itself white, but you can change the color on those if you want. Maybe just keep it black for now and you can change it.
Yep.
And the thrusters itself.
Yeah.
Kind of yeah. It works. I think you did it on this side, yeah. Or is it supposed to be grey, maybe?
No, it's not supposed to be grey.
Right.
I don't know why that happened. Can you paint the other sides white?
The thrusters?
Yeah.
I think they should be grayed on.
Maybe it just looks strange.
Yeah, maybe. Looks really cool.
Yeah.
That's white.
Yeah.
You have something on the bottom half, I see. There's also a good.
See.
It shows on my screen. 2 different colors on the bottom side. Oh, it's not like that on your side. Okay. Oh yeah, it is. It's white on the other one side and black on the other side. I see it on your screen as well. But you see it? In the center of the bottom of the ship. There's a white line.
Yeah. White. Ah. Huh.
You see it?
I said yes.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But I thought the whole underside of the ship was white.
Oh, sorry.
Maybe it's just Shadow?
Yeah, probably. I can try turn it around and see. Yes. Gonna check.
Whee!
There we
Yeah,
go.
it's all white, yeah. Yep. Yeah, seems fine, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I have a good idea. I think. See. I'm going to admin meeting soon, so I will send you over to Lemus. It's another one of our faction mates on the server. And he's he haven't been streaming that long, so it would be epic if you can give him a follow or something. So we'll just send you over to him, and thank you so much for watching so far. And I'm streaming again Tuesday. Try to keep it up with 2 or 3 streams a week or something. So yeah, thank you so much for stopping by, and it'll be epic if you can stay for the ride. Then see you